We like to assume that people have everything figured out, right? But actually, the people around you, in particular, your closest friends, family, your neighbors even, are suffering in silence. And they put on an act and a show that everything's okay, when in actual fact, it's complete bullshit. Now, if you are sick and tired of bullshit and want to level up through truth, you got to join my free community, the No Bullshit Society, where we come together, band together to improve through truth and truth alone. It's free to join. The link's in the description and the pinned comment down below. So, these people suffering in silence through fake smiles, fake toxic positivity and so on, it's sad. But it's not to feel sorry for these idiots who are burying their head in the sand, drowning themselves in alcohol and so on and so forth. It's instead to actually give ourselves validation to know that we are not alone. The reason why we feel that we suffer is because no one gets our pain. No one understands what we're going through. However, once you truly understand what someone's going through, you can emphasize with that person. But you don't get that experience, unfortunately, because these people are putting on a show. So I'll debunk all the bullshit and nonsense here and show you that people around you are suffering in silence more ways than you realize. They look fine on the surface because they've learned to fake functional. They function as if they're okay, but it's actually all bullshit. Underneath, these people, just like any human being, are barely holding it together. So here are the truths, the ways people are truly suffering in silence. First of all, they've lost their identity and don't know who the hell they are anymore, or better yet, they never knew who they really were. You know that individual who you think, hey, they're so confident, they're so cool, they're so laid back. Shit, I wish I was like them. They've lost their identity in their work, in their responsibilities, through money, through lack of money, and they haven't done the work to figure out who they are. Once you know and figure out who you are, which actually isn't that hard to do, by the way. I teach you how to do this in my community. You know what you're not. And that's actually a great way to start, is to know what you're not. I'm not a gambler, even though I thought I was for 14 years. I'm not a toxic person. I have self-awareness. I'm not this, I'm not that. I don't like socializing with these people. I do like peace and quiet. I do like my own company. Once you start leaning into those things you like, you figure out who you are. But these people don't. So they distract themselves with socializing, going above and beyond for other people, people pleasing in general, or whatever other shit they do, or taking advantage of you. And it's terrifying. Next is a very obvious one that really rings home for me and a lot of my viewers. They suffer in silence because they're stuck in dead relationships and are scared to leave because they don't wish to start over. This is the exact problem I had all those years ago. I was in a dead, dormant, toxic, horrible relationship with the wrong person. And the reason I stayed was I was insecure, I was foolish and naive, and I thought I would never be able to start all over again. And one of my biggest regrets of my entire life is never leaving sooner. But hey, that's the way the cookie crumbles. But these people, you could see the red flags, you could see the cracks, you could see that their relationships are shit. And yet they stay. Well, that's just what they're like. Well, put up with it. They're cheating on you again for the umpteenth time. They're always out. They're disrespecting you. Why are you putting up with that shit? Because they cannot be bothered to start all over again. Now this one is fantastically obvious, and yet we don't really take it serious. Those people who seem ahead of you, the big houses, the flash cars, the lavish vacations, the Chanel handbags, the gloating of money. It's not because they've made that money. They're drowning in debt and pretending everything's normal. Unless you've suffered financially like I have many times, that rock bottom is painful. Painful. And to drown in debt and put it off to tomorrow is like digging your own grave. But these people would rather dig their own grave and give off the facade of wealth, comfort, and so on, rather than the truth that they're actually in a stable financial position. The root of all issues and problems with families, friends, and so on is money. You need it to survive. But if you overextend yourself and you, on the surface, act like you're Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos, whatever, that's a serious problem. And you don't even have to be a frugal type bastard to notice that. You can feel the financial ruin. They're next terrified that they've wasted their life. And you can see that they have. You see it in their terrible life choices. Their appalling treatment of themselves and others. And just ask yourself, like, how the hell and why the hell are they doing this? Like I said, it's because they have wasted their lives. They could have dated, they could have settled down, and they didn't even bother. Oh, next time, next year. And life's passed them by. They could have started that business, they could have done that project, and life's passed them by. Oh, we got bogged down with kids. Oh, work's been stressful. Bollocks. Bullshit. You've wasted your life. And don't joke and laugh at me and be energetic that everything is fine. Cut the shit, take accountability. Yeah, I screwed up. I've wasted my life many times as well. And it hurts me when I figure that out. And I try to do something about it. No matter what it takes, I'll do it. But they haven't. And they suffer. By becoming workaholics, by alcohol, by distraction, by destruction. It's not your place to save them. You saved yourself. You've pulled yourself out of shit. You took accountability. They haven't. At least I hope you've taken accountability. And if you haven't, you're terrified of wasting your life. Do something about it. Grow up. It's up to you. They also don't understand how burnt out, exhausted, and almost like running on fumes they are. So they burn themselves out by overindulging. There was a kid that I was monitoring the development of for the past few years. I told him what to study, what to do, what to work on. He read the books and attended the seminars every now and again. But in 5 years, he's achieved absolutely nothing. He's squandered his money. He's traveled a lot, gone to a lot of locations and met a lot of friends, but who gives a shit? He's got nowhere. He's dreadfully single. He's bored. He's frustrated. And he's learnt nothing. On top of that, he's burnt out from all the travelling and all the money that has been blown through the travelling as well. People also think that they can juggle everything. That they're Superman, Superwoman. I can juggle the kids, I can juggle the mortgage, I can do this. I can work 2 jobs, 3 jobs, yeah. You are a rubber band waiting to snap. And you can say that you're fine or even say you're tired, but on your face you are exhausted. I've been burnt out and drained these last few years, especially with a lot of personal issues that have happened. Hence, you can see it on my face. I get a lot of comments about it. You look tired. Yeah, but I don't hide it. This is how I am. You don't like it? Watch something else. I don't give a shit. But I don't suffer in silence. I tell people about it. I try to work on it. I try to fix it. These people don't. They run themselves 100 miles an hour straight into the ground at a rapid pace to destruction, to despair, to suffering. Those points that I've made are all things you might have gone through. Take comfort in the fact that these idiots will never admit to you what they're suffering. But understand that that's the truth. They're going through it. And if you're smart enough and self-aware to question it, then it's true. And the reason why you can is because you understand suffering. And if they want to spiral and like a tornado destruct and destroy everything, let them do so. If they want to bullshit, let them do it. But you are sick and tired of bullshit, right? You want truth. You want to take accountability. You want to actually sort your own life out. That's the most important thing and the only thing you can do. And the best way to do it is join my free community, the No Bullshit Society, where you can level up and improve through truth and other like-minded people pushing you and pulling you in the right direction. It's free to join. The link's in the description and pinned comment down below. Those are the ways I believe and I've perceived the people around us suffer in silence. But let me ask you a question. How do you think they suffer in silence? What warning signs and ways are you seeing that maybe I've left out? What I want you to do is I want you to share it in the comments below. Share your thoughts, share your experiences, because you never know who's lurking or reading in the comments who might actually be inspired or resonated with your story. And the impact you make by doing so, and also letting it off your chest, is the best thing you can do. It's the easiest thing, and it's free. Share your thoughts down below. Why do these people, how are they suffering in silence?